It's the SawCast. Real niggas speak that real shit on real topics every Tuesday. And I go by the name of Steve. Oh!
And I'm Mary. What the fuck it do, y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's a new episode of the podcast. And we coming to you with that motherfucking real shit every motherfucking Tuesday.
Yeah, let's go.
Swear to God. So let's get into it. Let's get into the topics. Topic number 1. Danileigh and the baby again. So the baby ran up on Danileigh's brother in a bowling alley with all his niggas, you know what I'm saying? And Danileigh's brother looked like he was by himself. And so my question is, you know, how do you feel about that? Do you think that that was some sneak shit, or do you feel like that was well deserved?
Talk shit and you get hit. He said you
Talk
run,
shit, period.
you run to the media. You know who your sister was dealing with. So you run to the media and he's known to knock the nigga out. And you tell him about on site and blah 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 and all this and that and all this shit. So you want to talk all that shit? Hey, he saw you and he swung first. So let that be known. From all the videos that I saw, the baby swung first. So you can't be talking all this on site shit if you ain't really on site.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? You better keep your comments to yourself, because that nigga found your ass. And he seen your ass and on-sited your ass. You got the on-site, motherfucker. So, yeah. It is what it is, man. But I really will say that the true winner of that fight was the bowling lanes. Because it dropped more people than everybody. The bowling lanes dropped more people than everybody.
I want to discuss that part.
For real, the bowling lanes dropped more people than everybody. Everybody got dropped by the bowling lane.
My thing is, I feel like that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The baby, you probably could beat that nigga ass on your own. You did not need all them niggas. But at the end of the day, when you got your people around you that care about you, and you in a situation where you about to fight, they gonna want to fight too. And then you got people on your payroll that's paid to fight for you. And so it didn't really look like the baby really got no hits in or nothing. Like, I mean, I think he got probably like 2 or 3 hits in. But they gotta protect him in the brand, first. And so at the end of the day, it was only one dude. It was a dude that was not even like a big dude or anything like that. And I feel like at the end of the day, the baby probably could have got him together on his own. But the fight was goofy as hell. Like, y'all was fighting on the bowling lanes. Like, that shit is so fucking hard to fucking even walk. Like, it's so hard to walk in front of the bowling lanes, but to walk on the lane, like, y'all was really fighting on that. That shit is crazy and remind me of some shit I used to, I did before. Like, in this, you know what I'm saying? We was in the, what's it called? Like, what's the party bus? And this bus just driving and motherfuckers just doing out, wilding on the party bus, just falling all over each other. It's just stupid. This shit's dumb. Like, I could see, as soon as that nigga would have got to the bowling lanes, I would have let that shit go. Like, I'm not finna be tossing and turning on the bowling lanes looking goofy as fuck. But at the end of the day, I read that Danileigh's brother said on site. So when you say on site to anybody black, that means whenever you see me, it's on site, whoever you with. So people need to understand when they say on site to people, that means whenever the next time you see me. So it doesn't matter if you see me by myself or with somebody else. It's on site. So you can't say on site if you're not ready for that pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be times where you out here by yourself and you ain't got nobody with you, and that person might have somebody with you, but you said on site. So, hey, in the fight, there's no rules. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you got your people with you, they going to always want to help. So at the end of the day, I just feel like it was unfortunate for the light-skinned dude, Danileigh's brother, but, you messing with a dude that's unhinged, and he hanging around with people who do a lot of things for clout. Kanye and what's his Anthony, what's his name? Antonio Brown. Can never fucking say Antonio Brown.
But you know what's crazy?
So
after that,
I will.
The baby went and spent a high 16 on LA Leakers.
Of course, because he's very talented.
He's very talented, and he's very time sensitive with shit too.
Yeah.
So and when they was dapping him up, and they was like, you know, brother this, brother that, you always welcome. I feel like he hit them up on some like, y'all in the studio, cause boom, he wanted to drop something. You know what I'm saying? Like that was perfect time, and like him and his nigga just dropped the nigga, and then now he about to drop a high 16 on LA Leakers. Perfect. That was perfect. That was good. That was good publication right there.
But he always does, like, we are noticing, I think we talked about the baby on the last episode of the podcast, that he's starting to understand publicity, he's starting to understand clout, and he's starting to see it make him money. So he's gonna keep doing it. So if you gonna try him or something like that, he gonna get you back with the clout. He did it. He's done it every time. The first time, you know, when he got to the altercation in Walmart, he got enough fucks together with the clout. When he, you know what I'm saying, Camco Hearted, he got motherfuckers together with the clout.
On camera.
He did the same thing to Danileighs. You know what I'm saying? He did the same. Hey, when he was on stage at the Miami and Rolling Loud, you know what I'm saying? When he was with Tory Lanez after Meg and him got into it, he gonna try to get you back with the clout. So, you know what I'm saying? If you go against the baby, he's gonna get you back with the clout included. So that's just what you're gonna have to deal with.
I think all the other ones, but excluding the Miami one, Miami Festival. I don't think that was really with the clout. He
got clout off of that though.
He got some hype off of it. He got some attention off of it for sure.
He said, but I'm saying, like, after that, he was saying stuff. After that, double down on a couple things.
He doubled down on a couple things,
clout,
but he also publicly apologized too.
In a certain way.
He publicly apologized regardless. So I wouldn't call that move, but the other moves, yeah.
Next, Byron Allen. He's about to try to own. He's putting in his bid for the Denver Broncos. It says that the NFL commissioner and the Patriots had hit him up about owning the Broncos
in 2019.
So now he's going to go ahead and get his investment group together, and I think it's called Allen & Co. He has an investment group. He's going to get them together, and they're going to put in their bid. The online is at $3 million, $3 to $4 billion for it. Estimated. Steven, you said the last NFL team was acquired.
Was the Carolina Panthers
for
$2.2 billion.
And that was how many years ago?
4 years, because it was 2017.
So it went from 2.4 to 3 to 4 billion.
Technically 5, 2017.
Yeah.
Technically 5. Yeah.
And so I just wonder if the price going up that much because he's black, or what's going on there. Maybe inflation. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely possible inflation for sure.
The Broncos is definitely also, like a very, very important team, though.
The Broncos are definitely. I was gonna hit on that. The Broncos are definitely a more prominent team than the Carolina Panthers, because the Panthers have only been to the Super Bowl like I think 2 times, and they're 0-2. And the Broncos have actually been to the Super Bowl like 8 times, and they won 3 times. So that makes a big difference, you know. And the last time the Broncos won was with Peyton Manning. And the interesting thing about that is Peyton and John Elway are possible contenders in the bid as well. So they might separately bid on that as well. Not actually with Byron Allen, but, you know, they could be potential buyers of that franchise as well with their investment groups that they probably have. So that's something interesting to see.
That's awesome.
How that pans out. But
yeah,
I would think it would be awesome. You know,
yeah, hopefully he does get it. I know he was trying to buy some other things. I know his investment group actually did buy like 27. I think he has like ownership in like 20 something
companies.
No, television
networks. Yeah, like
he
local
owns.
networks.
Of course, he owns the Weather Channel, but
the Love and Weather Channel.
He does have some networks under his belt as well, local networks that he owns as well.
Yeah,
and so and he's not a stranger to borrowing money. He will borrow money to get what he needs. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a investor who knows what the fuck he's doing. So I'm not, you know, and he's a man. I mean, that doesn't matter when it in the grand scheme of things, but I think that if we look statistically at who is paying attention to sports and who's buying sports products and who is, doing stuff like that, it's going to be men. It's probably more so of like masculine men. So I think that, he fits all the criteria for it. The only thing that's different would be that he's black, but he's not the sole owner, like of it. I guess his investment company that he 100% owns is, but other people have stakes in it, so that helps as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets it.
Yeah, hopefully he does get it. It would be a good start.
I don't think it's going to really change the NFL because he's, to me, like this is a black man who's married to a white woman. Like he don't have a black family, so he's probably not super connected to the black community. He owns the Weather Channel, and so I don't feel like it's really gonna do that much for the black community for him to even do it. So I'm sure the higher ups are going to take him to consideration as being that black person as well. So he does have. I feel like he has a good chance of getting it.
I feel like he has a good chance.
And he got the NFL commissioner behind him too.
But I also believe that. But no, not also. But I differ from her. I do believe that it can change some perspectives, because if a black man is owning the team, it puts more things in retrospect. Then it gives that's another voice that we have in the room anytime that they meet. Even if we have one voice, I believe.
But I feel like that's the thing right there. I feel like we went into a different thing, but anyways, I feel like voices in a room only matter when a voice is connected to the community. If a voice is not connected to the community, what's the voice?
Right, but it's also when we see things, that's a part of entertainment,
Yeah, I think it'll help the black. I feel what you're saying. I think it'll help the black community because it'll help black people see that they can do the stuff. You know what I'm saying? It'll put that urge into other black people. But as far as in that world, it's not. I feel like it's not gonna change anything. But you saying something different. So.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's gonna make a monumental change in the direction and hiring process of black coaches and or black owners.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm saying that for our community, it'll be
definitely
great
good look.
A good look, and it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely. Next, congratulations to Rihanna. She is pregnant with A$AP Rocky's baby. The only thing I want to say here is y'all need to quit saying that A$AP Rocky's ugly. Just because, a couple years back before he got locked up.
They say he's ugly?
Some people were saying that. I was like, y'all on some bullshit. He's not ugly. There's nothing ugly about that man.
He's just not their type.
No, they just mad because Rihanna, you're ugly. A$AP Rocky's not ugly. What the fuck? But anyways, ain't nothing wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? He definitely has some ignorant ass shit to say about black women. But clearly he with Rihanna now, so he ain't got his shit together. He had to go to jail to figure out that he is really black. Nigga, you're not, he's I think he said something back in the day, I ain't never been racially profiled or nothing like that. I don't think racism exists or something like that. Because he ain't never been racially profiled. But when he got racially profiled shortly after that in Sweden and was locked the fuck up. So now he know his ass is black. You know what I'm saying? And now he about to make a black baby. And A$AP Rocky, I know he was a colorist because he was only messing with white women. He wasn't even messing with black women. But your baby about to be black.
She put that island on him, that island coochie.
Your baby about to be black. And the A$AP mom was like, I listened to their music and a lot of them was obsessed with Rihanna. So, and they kind of into fashion and all that. And Rihanna's the fashion girl. So I see why they was obsessed with her. So I knew one of them was, probably gonna be with her. And I feel like their song Fashion Killer, he kind of talked about all of this and all this eventually happened. So good for him.
Yeah.
And congratulations to her.
They both were quoted saying that. Well, she was quoted saying in the interview that she wants 3 to 4 kids within the next few.
Wow.
Within the next.
Well, yeah, she's 30. So.
Yeah, within the next.
And she's a billionaire now, so she can settle down.
Yeah, because she said a lot of things would get overwhelming, and so it's like a gray area. She had a whole bunch on her plate. It was what she was saying, so she just wanted to stop being so overwhelmed.
That's a good idea.
Get a lot off her plate, and so
that's
I feel like
exactly what I see myself for my future.
I feel like children could definitely get a lot of that stuff off her plate because she has something else to focus on. because right now she's focused on her business. You know, she's focusing on that. So when she has a kid, she has something else to focus on. But then she's repurposing her focus and repurposing her time. And also, ASAP was quoted in a recent interview as well, saying that he's looking forward to kids. He'll be a great dad, and he said their kid would be a fashion killer.
Yeah, that kid about to be dressed the fuck down. Okay,
speaking about dress,
down.
Speaking about dress,
What?
she's putting a new look to like maternity style. She's kind of doing her thing. She's been posting a lot of photos, and
I mean, I've seen sexy women.
No, I'm saying I have
women being sexy when they pregnant before.
I have too, but I'm saying but
she's
more of an icon.
You know what?
For that
you know what? You fucking around, be ahead of your shit right now because she fucking around and she got that Fenty Beauty fucking around making maternity line.
I'm saying
she gonna shut that shit down if she do because they don't have no cute maternity shit.
Hey,
you really gotta wear 2 sizes too big when you pregnant. To look cute still. You can't really buy maternity shit.
I can see that happening.
Maternity shit ain't cute.
I can see that happening.
That was some shit.
Sometime in the time of her pregnancy.
I'm finna go ahead and invest in Fenty Beauty.
Right.
Can you?
No, probably not. They're probably not publicly traded.
It's a fashion house. I don't know if they're publicly traded or not. But we'll have to see. But that was a good, that's your investment mind.
Hey, cause I'm telling you, she could definitely be.
For real though. All right, next, Snoop acquired
DOGG
Deathrow Records. If you're not aware, he started his career at Deathrow Records. He's one of the people who was there at the beginning. I believe he has a lot of songs on the Chronic, which is Dr. Dre's first album, I believe.
Yep.
And it's very, very, very monumental in the black community. It's black culture, black history. You know what I'm saying? He definitely made Black History this month. And congratulations to Snoop Dogg. He been through a lot with them. If you watch the Master P documentary on BET, you saw that Master P really got him out of that contract with Death Row. And at the time, Suge had a hog tie on a lot of niggas. Like, they couldn't get out of shit. And if they tried to, Suge had an army sound like for them. So they couldn't get out of nothing. And so the fact that a real nigga like Master P went in and got him out is everything, you know what I'm saying? And now, just fast forward to now, getting him out of that contract, now he owns Death Row. It's just like, it was supposed to be like that. And I'm very happy for him.
That was a checkmate for sure, because it was sold, actually, the company was sold, and he bought it from Monarch Music Group. So, with that, that's just an astounding accomplishment for him, and
Black History.
Yeah, that is Black History right there.
To
move from a label and then go buy that motherfucking years later.
For sure, like if y'all can read up on it, if you just interested in stuff like that, the whole story of Snoop is very, very inspiring, especially how he got here. And we also doing research. We found out he was he works at Def Jam as a consultant. So I think he's a creative and strategic consultant at Def Jam. So yeah, he's already been figuring out the ways of a big music agency and stuff like that in the music industry on that level. So, and he's very well connected. So I think it's a really good thing for him. And if he's smart, he'll do both.
Supposedly he's supposed to be dropping an album Sunday.
Nice.
Back
to Death Row.
Back to Death Row.
Yes, he is called Back to Death Row. I definitely seen that for sure. And that's great.
So it might be future music coming from Death Row.
Yeah. And I just want to say this. I, as a business person, a black business person, Master P is definitely always going to be one of the most influential business people to me because he's a realist. You know what I'm saying? Master P could have been a billionaire years ago. But he's so real that he paid his people properly. And I tell people all the time, the way you become the billionaire is to fuck people over. And the fact that Master P hasn't fucked anybody over, he pays people correctly. That's why he continues to flourish. And the fact that I feel like that shows you that being around certain type of people, making sure your circle is on the same shit that you are on. Because I'm sure when Master P got Snoop wasn't thinking about ownership, none of that shit, but just being around somebody that's like that on ownership, you know what I'm saying, owning 80, well, I think he had 80/20 deal, Master P with his label and all that. Just being around people who are like that can make you think differently. And so I feel like everybody should make sure that their circle is right and make sure that they get it together, because that's very important, clearly.
Yeah, be around minds that think like you think, or think like you want to think. Because you might not be thinking like that currently, but if you want to think a certain way, be around people that that promote your success and that support you and that push you.
Yep.
That's what you need.
So, congratulations to
Congrats.
on the SawCast.
Right.
Next, Miss USA, Cheslie Kryst, she jumps from a building to her death. She was Miss USA in 2019. She was a lawyer, I believe she was a civil rights
activist. No, a civil rights lawyer. It was civil rights.
It was an activist.
Her division, was civil rights.
It was like civil rights and stuff like that. And so I used to watch her on TikTok. She used to talk about how being a black woman and how disrespectful people in the community, the law community, was to her. When she came in, they'll be like, only lawyers can come through here, and she'll be like, I'm the lawyer. Oh, let me see your badge. But when she went with her white colleagues, they never asked for a badge. Or men, they never asked for a badge. It was always because she was black, and she was talking about all the struggles she used to face. And then she also wrote a essay for Allure in 2019?
2020.
March 2020?
No, March 2021. Actually, March 2021. That's when it
was.
Really? Yeah, it was March 2021, remember? Because it was almost a year until.
I don't know, I gotta make sure, because I had it pulled up.
March 2021.
That's crazy. I believe it was. Anyways, you can go read her article. No, her, what's it called? Essay. It's an essay, but like Steven said, it's basically an article. Like Steven said, it definitely was March 4th, 2021. And it's called A Pageant Queen Reflects on Turning 30. And she just talks about her struggles with turning 30. And, she was the oldest pageant Miss USA pageant winner. People were saying she too old. They petitioned to make the age lower. They said that she was too muscular.
Continuous trolling on social media.
Vomiting about her, saying they didn't like the way she was talking, because normally she said pageant winners just have they don't have a real big opinion on things.
It's like that generalized. They have that generalized response. Everybody used to them having a generalized response. You don't want to
hurt nobody's feelings. You want to be liked.
Yeah, you want to be liked.
Yeah, that's what pageant is.
They're like, hey, I'm going to say something that's not going to be offensive.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And she was a lawyer, so she didn't... She knew how to talk eloquently.
And she was older.
And she could...
Already.
Yeah.
So she was more mature.
She was 28 when she won.
So she was more mature.
In the essay, though, she talked about, like I said, being, all that stuff she went through with the pageant, being older, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, it was very sad, just the amount of pressure that she had to go through as a black woman and as a woman that was older in the pageant world. It was, honestly, once you read it, I feel like everybody should read it if you care about things like this, just to see where her head was at before she did that. She actually jumped off a building. She lived on the 9th floor of the building, and she jumped off to her death. So that's how it happened.
Oh, and share the hotline number, the suicide hotline number.
Yeah, we're going to put the suicide hotline number right here.
Oh, we're going to put it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to take the SawCast logo out and put it right here.
Yeah, for this one. Yeah, for that one. Yeah,
or right here. Right here.
So we're going to put it somewhere. We're going to put it somewhere.
We'll put it up for y'all. So, but if you going through that...
Or somebody.
We always talk about this because this is very serious, and we know that a lot of our listeners are men, and that's who really commit suicide the most is men. But we want to make sure that, if you're going through something like that, you got somebody to talk to. Talk to people around you. If you can't, call the suicide hotline. They'll help you. You are not weird for thinking like that. Everybody go through that. So, it's just unfortunate.
Definitely unfortunate. And, more awareness needs to be brought to it, and we'll bring more awareness continuously. And as
We
our
definitely
brand
will.
grows, that'll be something that we focus on is the mental health, along with the continued prosperity of people that are black.
For sure. Okay, our next topic is Facebook. Facebook lost $230 billion in revenue. Well, in market value. Sorry, not in revenue, in market value. And a lot of things were said to be contributed to that. One thing being the rise of TikTok, in the way that users are using social media. Another thing was their expenses were up, so their profits went down by a considerable amount, because everybody knows that Facebook is investing heavily into the meta right now, the metaverse right now. So that's another reason why it went down. So, Steven, how you feel about that? I know you're the investment guy.
Well, I feel like this could be the decline of one of our favorite apps back in the day. It is getting
All of them.
timed
It
out.
happens to all of them eventually. So
Yeah, it is getting phased out. The big companies, they reach a peak. I believe that this company has reached its peak.
okay.
I believe that it potentially could have reached its peak because it acquired companies already. Its model was copying. You know what I'm saying? When Vine and them came out with and it had the stories, and then it made the videos longer than Vine. You know what I'm saying? Than the Vine videos, and then okay, now Vine's gone. They could have easily got that out the way. Okay, then like stuff like Snapchat. Now they got the story. You know what I'm saying? And now less people probably use Snapchat now because Facebook got story, Instagram got story, and Instagram is owned by Facebook. That's a company. That's a subsidiary of Facebook. So it's like people be on there and they like shit. I don't really gotta be on Snap like that because they already got them too. So, but the fact that Facebook is still an older style platform, I can understand why they have less active users now. They had about 100,000 less active users in the last quarter than they did, and that was their first decline of active users. I believe them there since the foundation of Facebook. Yeah, at least I think them there since the foundation of Facebook. Maybe 2016, but I think them there since Facebook since Facebook's growth.
Okay.
So that's the first decline since their growth. And like I said, they could be reaching that Mount Everest on the top, and shit, hey, if they go down, it's still a long ways to go before they reach rock bottom.
True,
So,
true.
and then they can have a lot of tricks in their bag. But for right now, Instagram is still keeping them afloat. WhatsApp, just the big conglomerate that they are. Facebook, that's still a household name. It's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon, but that's a possible decline. And also, with Apple being a competitor of theirs, I think it was an update that Apple did where it allowed users to kind of control how apps are tracking them, data wise and everything like that. So since they're a big competitor to them, that's going to hit them, because now they can't advertise and market to you because they're not tracking you as much, so they don't know their consumers as much and as easily, So now they have to pay for information like that, or they have to pay for certain advertisement, so now I can get to that user, and they might have to pay for different types of advertisement, like okay, this type, that type, this type, that type, instead of just knowing exactly how to advertise to its demographic. Now they have to do a little guesstimation, and it's actually estimated to be like $10 billion a year that's going to cost them to actually in advertisement to have to advertise more since Apple actually made that move to where users can actually dictate how their apps are tracking their data.
Okay. I just feel like, yeah, like you said, all apps are going to eventually phase out because apps are dependent on what the human population is doing, and as we all know, humans change and evolve, and our needs change when we evolve. So of course, Facebook is going to have issues. Good thing they have been investing in other things and other apps and things like that. But you know, the metaverse and things like that is probably where they're going to try to go with it. A lot of their users are older users. I don't really know any little kids who are on Facebook. They're mostly on TikTok all day, or they're trying to make their own videos on, you know, apps like Triller. I mean, I think you can make your own videos on Facebook now. I mean, on TikTok now too as well. So it's just more so like, it's kind of like we're kind of going backwards, because TikTok is really teaching everybody how to be video editors, and we're a visual, well, these humans right now are visual creatures, very much so, very much so, very on their phones and everything a lot more now. So if it's not catching their eye visually, then, you know, it's probably going to go away.
They're not interested.
For sure. So I just feel like you said, Steven, it's definitely just changing. The wave is changing. And I think they're still going to probably keep their older users until another app comes along that grabs the older users, you know, right, and wraps them up. But yeah, but then again, like, if your audience is older users, eventually they're going to be gone. And so it's always better to grow up with your users, and I think that's what Facebook is trying to do. So Facebook is definitely a $1 billion business. They're going to figure out how to make things that their consumer base needs. I feel like they're probably going to go a lot more towards the business side as well, because a lot of small businesses are starting, and Facebook has a lot of good things. If you're a small business, a lot of great things that you can use for free on their platform that I feel like can be useful as well. So I feel like they just need to push that more as well. I'm sure metaverse is going to be around because people like virtual reality, because of course gaming and things like that. But
yeah, they already in the metaverse now.
Yeah, they probably should start, you know, trying to push out that they do a lot of their business services and stuff like that, and, you know, I guess the metaverse. So try to recoup that. But yeah. Facebook.
Possible decline.
Possible.
Well,
you already said it was.
Probable decline. Probable decline, but we'll see. They might have something up their sleeve.
They're definitely not just a one-stop shop app like a lot of social apps were before and are. They're kind of like one-stop thing. TikTok is videos. You know what I'm saying? Facebook has a lot going on, you know, that incorporated into it. And Twitter is just straight talking, you know, straight socializing. So I feel like they can probably figure something out. They just got to put their minds together and strategize.
For sure.
Next.
He's a singer today.
22-year-old Amir Locke was shot in his, I believe it was his relative's girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
The police did a no-knock warrant.
In Minneapolis again.
In Minneapolis again.
They make the national news for some flunkery for their police department.
A no-knock warrant that the police department wasn't even supposed to do. They wanted to not do the shit. The shit was banned in 2019. How they got around to do the shit is ignorant. They was going in there looking for they going in there on some
looking for
like
some evidence.
Yeah, but they was going on some I'm looking for a suspect shit.
Pretty much.
They was going in there looking for evidence. A no-knock order for evidence. All this shit is ignorant as fuck.
Right.
This shit is ignorant. A no-knock order for a trap house. Okay. But you going up in somebody's apartment looking for evidence and you did a no-knock order? Why would you do a no-knock order for evidence? But like I said, they try to go against it. And I believe the Minnesota Police Department or Minneapolis Police Department.
Minneapolis.
So St. Paul, where I think it happened, is a smaller police department. They was like, no, we want y'all to do a knock warrant. And the Minneapolis one, which is over them, was like, no, we're gonna do a no knock one. Cause they probably was trying to get a conviction or something like that. it just didn't make sense. So this man died. He had a gun. It was registered in him. He was on the couch just asleep. If it's like, to me, if the police think, if you're going into some house and you think it's some drug dealers in there or people in there with guns, then why would you go in like you're going in? Like, what is the point in doing that? You're just going in all forcefully. But it wasn't even that. Y'all was going in there looking for fucking evidence. So what the fuck was y'all on?
They went in there violently looking for evidence.
I feel like, I hope this family sues the entire fuck out of that police department. They made so many fucking mistakes. So many mistakes that could have been avoided. But they can never get their family member back, and that's the issue. Never. That's the thing. Like, yeah, we're gonna probably get millions, but we're not gonna be able to get our family member back ever. And that's terrible. Like, I want to see my family member die of natural causes, not because the police fucking did the wrong fucking warrant.
Right.
Some stupid ass shit.
Not because the police issued a no-knock warrant.
Y'all,
and killed a man on the couch.
Me and the police, I don't like the police. Even when there be men try to talk to me as police, absolutely the fuck not. Why would I talk to your snitch? I do not like the police. He is. He's a paid snitch.
Oh, shit.
Why would I be with you? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Do not talk to me. Like, and so I just don't understand. Me and the police just don't click. Every time I see the police, I get irritated. Because it's like, why are you talking to me? I am a fucking citizen that does everything correctly. You know, I might do a little fuck shit here and there. But it's not really
way about the black police officers though. I did.
They the same. They snitches. Why are y'all trying to be a snitch? Y'all is not finna change nothing. It's hella chiefs, police officers. It's hella cheap black police officers. What is they changing? Motherfuckers still dying. So you want to be a snitch for Indianapolis for what? What are you getting out of that? I hope you get some free weed. I hope you get some free coke. I hope you get some free heroin or something. Oh, God. Because what else would be the point of you being a police officer? To snitch on black people? You want to snitch on black people?
But what they want to change and they want to change and they actually want like change in their community.
They ain't finna do
and
it.
They actually want them to
be a prosecutor.
Be a
prosecutor or be
they
a
want
judge.
Their people policed. They want their people
be a judge or a
right.
prosecutor, not a police officer.
What they want their people policed in the right manner, and they feel like if it's
your white counterpart and he's there and you're there and he's on that, you gotta be on that.
So what if more of us are policing? So you don't believe that more of us policing our communities is gonna make it more fair for us in our communities, as far as the treatment of our community from the police officers?
That's making it seem like black police officers ain't weird either. It's some black police officers that ain't right either. So
right, but if his partner was black and his lieutenant was black, and basically if the whole tree and the branches and the leaf was black,
that's not going to happen. We're in a majority white society.
I'm sure the Atlanta has that. I'm sure that Atlanta has their whole branch. They got a few branch.
How many Atlantas is it in the United States though?
But I'm saying
you talking about Atlanta,
right? But what if more of us are policing our communities and they have more of those officers in their leadership. And they all black, and then they policing the communities with the team.
That's not going to happen in your lifetime,
you said it already happened in Atlanta. I'm not saying
we don't even know if it's happening in Atlanta. We don't even check the facts on that.
I'm sure it is.
We don't know nothing about it.
I'm sure
you know something about it.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
I have confidence that it is.
So you going to motherfucking you in Indiana? You in Fort Wayne, being a police officer? All right, you're a snitch. And I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want my kids involved. Like I said, if you want to make a change, you need to be a judge. You need to be a prosecutor. People who really got some power. You know what I'm saying? Federally, low key. But I mean, state ones are as well. You know what I'm saying? Judges and prosecutors got power, or you know what I'm saying, or a criminal justice lawyer to save us. Cause a lot of times we get locked up for shit we didn't even do. So shit, a criminal justice lawyer is out here saving niggas. You know what I'm saying? Be one of them, but being a police officer, you ain't really finna do nothing. Like,
I say shout out to
you're not getting paid. You're not getting no money.
I say shout out.
You don't get paid as a police officer. So what are you on?
I say shout out to all of the
why are you doing it?
Black people out there trying to make change. Weirdo. I say shout out to all the black people trying to make change.
Yeah, in a way that matters.
In the justice system.
In a way that matters.
In every other way.
If you're in, I salute all black people, lawyers, prosecutors, judges, political figures.
All of them that's
police officers
that's truly trying to make a change. Don't matter if they're police officers or not.
You're not fit to make no change in the police academy right now.
All right, next topic.
Biden wants to nominate. Biden wants to nominate.
Wait, U.S. Supreme Court.
He wants to nominate the next U.S. Supreme Court justice. He wants it to be a black woman. Yes. Of course, all the white men are shitty about it.
He's adamant.
It's a black men that shitty about it too. But all the white men are mad on the Republican side. And so, I would say, are you surprised by that, Stephen, or how you feel about
that? You can't be surprised from the majority doing majority things. They don't want change, because when it's changed like that, you know that real equality is possible. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want people of another color or minority judging you and your own, because you might think it could be some get back in that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because now you're not able to protect your own as much as you want to, as often. So it's like, wait a second, hold on. I don't want nobody who's a minority in there and they actually judging fairly. What you mean? So they gonna make it seem, a bunch of bullshit that they probably gonna say or throw out there. And if they in politics, they got a lot of jargon that they can use, a lot of misinformation that make you think, but it really be a bunch of pandering and bullshit at the end of the day. So I feel like it'll be a good move, but it's also one of them things where, like, I mean, how much, like you were just saying, like, how much is it really gonna change? Like I feel like, I don't know, just with the moves that Biden be making, I just don't be trusting his decisions no more. Like, putting a black woman in there, awesome. If she's an authentically black woman, awesome. You know what I'm saying? But is there something else up his sleeve? Is he doing that to distract us for something else? I need to start paying more attention to some of these other laws and policies that he's trying to change and pass. Because sometimes when they do something like that, it'd be a distraction for us. And so we'd be happy when they dangling that distraction in our face, but they running some bullshit amok behind our back.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like, of course, as a black woman, I'm happy for whatever black woman that's going to be nominated. I hope she's an actual black woman and don't have an ounce of white in her. It's like you guys love to bring people in who have some white in them, just like Obama, just like Kamala. Kamala ain't black though. She ain't never really said she was black. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna need y'all to stop. Just because she pledged AKA doesn't mean she's black. But it's a lot of people who pledge AKA ain't black. So I just feel like everybody who they bring in has to have some type of something white in them. Hopefully he brings in a woman that's 100% black.
But it's interesting that you say that, because one of the candidates, her mother, was Jamaican and her father was a Jew from Europe. So if her father was a Jew from Europe, I'm sure in order for it to work, it's always has to be a person who has a little bit of Caucasian in them. They gotta have some European or something.
Because it has to satisfy the majority all the time. It has to make sense for the majority. And I think that makes sense, period. If we're in the black community and you're not doing something that helps the black community, then it's like, what are you on? So I guess it makes sense, but I would rather it be an actual 100% black person.
She said blackity black.
Black woman, but or a person who identified that black their whole life, you know, I would prefer that. Obama to me is more black than normal. He is mixed, but he does have a black family. His wife is black, and they have black children. Their children are mostly black, you know. So, I feel like at the end of the day, hopefully it's
closer to black than Kamala.
Facts. Hopefully, everybody is. She's low key white. I don't know. I ain't like her anyway because you know, to me, she the police. But we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there because that's a vice president. Don't take us down, girl.
Don't do that, Bose. Don't do that.
I mean, I'm cool with Kamala and Biden. You know, from what the other option we had. Even though y'all really ain't
for the people.
The
for
people
real.
who actually voted for you want our student loans forgiven, but you ain't did that yet. So we really can't give you too much credit. You can't give too much credit because you ain't really doing what you said you was gonna do. That's what you said you was gonna do. Y'all was back and forth on healthcare. Won't have, you know, some people can get private, some people can get government. You know, this and that. But on the student loan shit, everybody was in agreement that shit was gonna get forgiven. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. Ain't shit got forgiven. Motherfucking shit's pushed back. So y'all pushed it back for like a year, almost 2 years, and we're going into something else. I always do that. But anyways, I'm happy that Biden is trying to get a black woman in there.
That's
the fact
awesome
that we
decision.
are even trying to get a black woman in there is sad because black women should already be in there, or, you know, because black women are the most educated group in the fucking country, even though we're the most hated or the most unloved, the most unrespected, the most not protected. We're still smarter than everybody else. And I'm one of those women, you know, because, you know, I got my master's. So, you know, I'm in that group. And so at the end of the day, you know, I just feel like it's due. We definitely should. And, you know, that should show something to black men. Like, he ain't trying to get a black man. He's trying to get a black woman. Because I think it showed, like, the statistics are showing that we're smarter than everybody else. And, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, he's trying to keep us. I think he's going to try to run again. And black women have shown a big part of voting is we go out and we will vote and we will wait. And so I think he's trying to keep us on the string. But you know how to really keep us. Free of our student loans.
Well, what I say to wrap up my point on this is that, you know, let's just pay more attention to that next election as well, because I hope that they present a better candidate. Because I don't really like neither one of these candidates. I don't even give a damn if the next candidate is Republican.
Yeah, I see. It's low key.
But if they Republican, if they Republican,
I'd be rich by that time I'm sleeping. So,
but I'm saying though, if that next candidate is Republican, them motherfuckers do what they say they gonna do.
And this is the thing that me and Steven talked about offline that I wanted to talk about on the cast. The thing about Republicans is that they are loyal as fuck to their party, and that is something that we don't have in the Democrat. Well, I don't even know if I'm a Democrat. I wouldn't even say I'm a Democrat. Nope. I'm just whoever is for Ariel. That's whoever who I'm fucking with. My needs. Whoever fits my needs at the time. Because if me and Steve rich by then and a Republican fitting our needs more than a Democrat is, then I'm going to go there. You know what I'm saying? It's more so whatever. Everybody should vote based on their interests. I'm not either or, because some shit this party do I don't like, some shit this party do I don't like. But I will say for a fact, Republicans are loyal as hell. So,
let's stop getting, to end this off, let's stop getting tied to these political parties. It don't matter at the end of the day. And let's start paying more attention to these state elections too.
Yeah, let's listen to what people are actually offering us. Put it on the table. What are you giving?
Facts.
And let's make sure that we look at their past and see if they gave what they said they were going to give. Are they giving what they said they were going to give or not? Because if Biden tries to come up on the 2024 election without us having no student loans forgiven, you ain't give what you said you was gonna give.
Deuces,
you did
buddy.
not, Bonnie. Your turn wasn't giving. You didn't give what it's supposed to give. It did not give. You is not giving. You know, you was giving out this, and that, but student loans is the way for a lot of black people to have, you know, debt free and financial.
Close the wealth gap for real. Not close it, but
it's never gonna be
it's
closed.
not gonna close
But
it. But I'm saying it's gonna.
Yeah, it'll help us go on the track to being better. We are stagnant.
Facts.
We stagnant just because of that. It's not like once y'all take our student loan debt out of here, we're gonna just surpass white people. That's just ignorant. You know, we're in a majority black country, right? We're just gonna get a fucking chance.
Yeah, we're not even gonna.
We're just gonna get a chance. Give us a chance. And if you don't, like you said you was, then we can't fuck with you because you did not give what you said you were going to get.
Democratic and Republican Party, please give us two better candidates next time, please.
Do something. Y'all had 20 motherfuckers up there, and y'all came up with this. I don't got time.
They clown their money about them then.
Next, Joe Rogan out here saying nigger.
Joe Hogan.
And this thing, Joe Rogan, of course we got to talk about him because we have a podcast, and he's like the top podcaster. And he makes, $100 million from Spotify. He making that paper. So it's like we cannot not talk about Joe Rogan. That's crazy. Because we don't really like giving people who say negative shit a light. On our platform or our platform. You know, y'all can do whatever y'all want to on y'all's. But we have to talk about Joe Rogan. And so I will say that, of course, the top podcaster in the United States is a person who says nigger 50 times. Like, are we? And it's white.
Right, so you know that his ideals are going to be aligned with the majority.
Was he an MMA fighter?
I believe, I don't know if he was an MMA fighter, but he was involved in the MMA.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like a host.
He was a fighter. He's a fighter.
Maybe he was like a host or something.
He fought. I know he was a fighter. But anyways, like Steven said, he definitely has a majority thinking, process. And so he's white. He's a male. Probably privileged. Well, he's privileged because he's white, a male. So, and, of course he's going to have that, he has that sort of thinking. And so, I'm not surprised. He apologized. It's not, he doesn't have, you said nigger with an ER a whole lot of times. And so you feel that way. Like that's how you identify some, and he might not identify all black people like that. Some white people think that certain black people are ERs, and certain black people aren't. But at the end of the day, it's very offensive to use that. He shouldn't have been using it, and just don't use that shit no more, Joe Rogan. Like.
So he was a part of the broadcasting team in UFC.
Oh, UFC, that's what he was. UFC.
Yeah, it's MMA, but it's just UFC.
Okay. That fighting style is MMA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I gotta get learned.
So he was definitely a part of their broadcasting. He broadcasted a lot of major events. So that's what it was.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah. Yeah, but it just goes to show you. But one thing you gotta think about too is this is the age of doing a lot of digging. So whatever you post, whatever you say, if you're not willing to have it addressed at a later point in time, then you might not should say that. You know what I'm saying? You might want to keep that. You might want to keep that on a hush hush or keep that to yourself and not publicly say certain things, because people are bringing up things that you're saying, and people will bring up things that are being said. So
yeah, I'm just, I'm not surprised, and I'm not shocked. I just want him to do better in the future. I really can't see a man that's over the age of 30 or 35. I think he is over the age of 35. That's a white man that probably never used that word in a derogatory term or a derogatory way. I just don't see it. I feel like most of them probably have, in closed doors. He just did it on his, platform. And so, if you watch him, you're probably not going to stop watching him, clearly, because I don't think his views have went down since then.
Nah, he probably get more views.
Yeah, and I feel like I seen that NDRE, she definitely stopped. She stopped putting her music on Spotify because of him, and she was like, "It's not." He said some things about. He was saying some ignorant stuff about the vaccine and how it's not something he was saying that was wrong, and he actually looked up the information on his platform and saw that what he was saying was not right and looked it crazy, and she was like, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm really worried about him saying the hard R N-word. So at the end of the day, I feel like she shouldn't have stopped her bag for him. Like, girl, don't stop your bag for no white man, girl. It's not even that serious. I feel like Spotify is a platform. They're going to do what makes them money. As a business, you gotta do what makes money. You just gotta think business wise. You gotta take your emotions and feelings out of it and think business wise. Period. I don't feel like NDRE is a big enough artist to move a lot of other artists who are making money on that platform, move them from off that platform. So
right, but if she was and she could and she had that influence, that would be great because then they would actually make some changes. But it just would be something that goes in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like a leaf in the wind. Because Spotify, from statistically, they're not gonna miss that much from her.
Statistically, Spotify makes most of their money on streams from black artists, and so if we could get that spread out to black artists and stuff like that, and to have them actually care, then they would take their stuff off Spotify. Then we'll have a conversation, or if we can get advertisers to actually care about him using this hard R and pull their business from Spotify, that really would do it more than even the creators would. Because at the end of the day, advertisers are paying Spotify. The Spotify is paying the artists from the advertisers what they give them. So if the people who's paying Spotify stopped giving them money, then we'll have a conversation. But you taking your streams off of there and it's not going up like that. You're not making that much money off of it. It's really just it's a loss for you, not necessarily for them. I like that she got her message out there. That did help us and people like us to understand what's going on. But at the end of the day, it kind of right hurt her pocket.
Probably.
Next, AJ Johnson on lip service. I love lip service, and now Steve been watching lip service with me now. Mm-hmm. So, on the lip service, AJ Johnson said on her 50th birthday, she had two men. They were out in the country. They were from out of the country.
She went out of the country.
Yeah, and both of the men, one came in, crashed
did
AJ.
Did the do.
The other one left, crashed AJ. They kept going back and forth. Neither one of the men were in the same room at the same time with her. They just, they just came in back and forth. So my thing was that we had a conversation about, and we're going to post a, I'm going to try to do a little cartoon, little thing. I don't know, something like that on, our interpretation of what a train is or whatever outside of this, just on some podcast stuff on the side. But, basically my question is did she get ran a train on?
It was a flip.
It was a flip. So we definitely talked about that. So I was going to say she got ran a train on until we went over what a flip was. So Stephen, can you please elaborate what a flip is?
Well, elaborate is, she got flipped. When you toss a coin, you take turns on the head or the tail. So she got flipped because they were in there at separate times, but they both had sex with her, at the same time, technically, you know what I'm saying?
At the same point
within the same sexual encounter.
Right.
It was those same two men. So it's like one took care of her, then the other one took care of her. So they flipped her, they flipped her like a coin. They probably literally flipped her over like a coin. But I'm just saying, but it's like she was turning 50?
Yeah.
Is she a single woman, right?
Yeah.
She's a single woman turning 50.
I don't think she got kids either.
Probably don't even have kids.
So she ain't got nobody to embarrass.
She was exploring. I don't think that it would be more embarrassing if she had
if she had son or something.
If she had kids, it would definitely be more embarrassing.
Yeah, right. It'd go way down because she ain't got no man, she ain't got no kids, so it's like she can do whatever she want to do. Nobody cares.
It was a respectable.
You're free.
it was still
You're free.
respectable flip though, because she did it.
That was a respectable
out of town.
Because she said that the man was caressing her and they liked her and
they took care of her.
They took care of her. Okay.
And they took care of her. It wasn't just to like. They probably got her together. You know what I'm saying? They got her together. Probably. All that sensual shit that y'all be watching on social media with all them massages and all that deep intense.
Y'all need quit doing them nasty ass massages. That's nasty. I don't like that. I don't like that.
They probably got real deeply intimacy.
I have a massage therapist, Steven. That's your massage therapist, basically. Now. Yeah. She's a girl. She don't do none of that. She actually gets stressed out of your back.
That's fantasy.
Y'all are
that's
on
fantasy.
one.
That's fantasy.
You know what? Just keep doing it. Cause some women, you know what? I like this. Okay, I'm gonna change my thought right now.
Fantasy.
I actually like it because I'm seeing that women is moving towards not even wanting no men. You know what I'm saying? And that would satisfy that urge probably once or twice a month to just hire him, get you a nice massage in, and you good. And they help you with your stress, your mental health, all of that. So I'm really for it. This is definitely a modern woman thing. And I'm all for it. Fuck it. Let's get it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I was thinking that was nasty. I'm not doing it. But I understand why women do it now that I'm thinking about it. Sometimes you just don't want to deal with men, and so sometimes you just want to be rubbed down by a man, but you don't want to deal with a man every day. You know what I'm saying? I understand that 100%. Trust me. That's one of the big reasons why I'm saying I don't want to deal with men every day. And so a modern woman who's older, she probably, if she's really working like that, she really on her own business and stuff like that, she ain't got time to be dealing with a man every day, so she can hire one for a couple hours.
Look, anyway, I say, man, girl. Look, fellas, if you digging a woman and y'all cool and y'all talking on that level and y'all really connecting and vibing with each other, man, start massaging her, man. For real. Don't let these motherfuckers
come in and show.
Right. Don't let them come in and steal your pussy.
Because they is.
But
them massages is a little.
But no, yeah, they be a little.
Yeah, they look
extra.
Crazy. They look
crazy.
Over
the top. But it's just that deep intimacy with the woman.
Yeah. You know it is.
It is. A lot of times men, we don't show that deep intimacy to our woman as much as she wants.
Even if you casually meet a guy and you have sex with him, he might not show you deep intimacy like that. But you gonna get deep intimacy from that man who doing the massages though.
Those intimate massages.
You already know you gonna get it.
Yeah, but okay, back to the topic at hand. She got flipped. Would you agree she got flipped? Yeah. Now we had a discussion. Now, like I said, I will post the discussion that we had with our original SawCast member. Wayne, you know what I'm saying? He came back. He's gonna come back.
Yeah. And so y'all get to hear what he has to say, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, after we talk about that, I definitely think she got flipped, for sure. And she got flipped and she liked it. She was free with it. Like I said, modern woman shit. Getting flipped, and I don't know about that. That's not
I'm about to say that ain't modern.
I ain't getting flipped.
Modern.
I forgot about the term flip, but before Steven and Wayne had even mentioned it, I forgot about flip. I ain't never done none of that type of stuff. I'm only one person. I can't even do more than that. I don't even want to do it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I can't be getting flipped and tossed and all that. I don't got enough vagina for that. You bitches with all that vagina. You bitches that got all that vagina.
She said you all got extra vagina.
I got a lot of vagina again, and I ain't mad at it. Give it up. Ooh, but I can't. I don't have the capacity. At the end of the day, if I went on lip service, it'd probably be more an episode. It won't be because I'll be fun, but it's more so like it's a lot of stuff I ain't did. So I don't know. But I'm all for whatever women want to do. She definitely got flippity flopped.
And it was like a
coin?
Yeah.
Cause it's two different styles. She had a heads dude, and she had a tails dude.
Yeah, so it probably similar experience because it's the same, like coin is the same coin, similar experience, but different. Two different sides, But I mean, she was on a trip, and she was literally like on a trip, so it was like I feel like that was a bucket list thing.
I don't think, but she said they did it again.
She did it again.
Yeah, they did. She did. Her and them dudes did it again.
She liked it,
and they did too.
She probably gave him a little coin too. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be paying for those.
She gave him a tip.
Y'all. That's ignorant.
She gave him a tip.
It's not worth any money.
Hey, you better reward that shit.
Should be free.
Hey, if niggas paying for pussy, y'all can pay for some PP.
Penis is not worth money.
Pussy ain't worth money then.
It definitely is. It's always been.
If pussy worth money, dick worth money. Where's this equality
Dick
at?
is not worth money.
Where's the equality?
Let me tell you what's going on.
Where's the equality?
Let me tell you why dick is not worth money. Because vagina feels differently when you're in an actual vagina. But when if you use a dildo or something like that, it could be similar to a man.
No.
Because yes it can, and it's not no secretions, it's not no hair, none of that extra stuff. All the extra stuff that's bad about men is out the play.
They got toys for men too.
I'm saying, but they don't feel like vaginas. Like a vagina?
They both plastic. The toys that men have and the toys that women have are plastic.
Go listen to Let's Be Honest podcast, y'all. Y'all hear what my cousin has to say about the dildos and using stuff like that. She said it's warmed up, it feel the same. Okay? And so like I said, you can replicate the feeling of what a man gives you, but you cannot replicate no vagina.
I'm sure they can. They got them toys.
You cannot replicate no vagina.
They got them toys for men too.
You cannot replicate no vagina. Especially
they got
good
them
vagina.
toys too. They got them toys for men too.
There's no replication.
So.
And that's why men keep on going back to the same woman, because they want to get that feeling that vagina is just different, you know. Even different vaginas feel different. But shit, dicks, not really. You know, size matters, but at the end of the day, there we go. And I feel like different vaginas feel differently. I feel like vaginas feel more differently than different dicks. That's just my opinion. You think when you had different vaginas, they different. Every vagina you had felt different, didn't it?
See that's interesting. That's an interesting point there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point there.
That's why dick is not worth any money, because it feels the same every time.
I wouldn't
it
say
could feel the same every time.
I wouldn't say
really.
that's. I wouldn't say.
If you screen a nigga every time to make sure his dick is a certain size, then it will feel the same as another nigga's dick that's the same size. But you cannot screen a bitch for pussy. There's nobody's pussy that's gonna be like another bitch's pussy. Bitch's pussy changes every fucking day. Our pussy change every fucking day. It stretches, it gets skinnier, it gets bigger, whatever the fuck. It really molds up against whoever your nigga is. You know what I'm saying? So really, you're not gonna get that same vagina from nobody else. And that's why people have regulars. That's how people have regular tricks and all that stuff, because they like that particular pussy. We got a little rated on this SawCast.
You gotta. I mean, I don't know, cause it's.
This what we used to do though.
That's more of a point though. I mean, that point is it's hard to argue against that point. It's hard to argue against that point because it's a real powerful point.
Thank you, brother.
That you making. So
Appreciate
it's hard to argue against it.
And that is the motherfucking SawCast for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in like y'all always do. Every fucking Tuesday at noon. Hit us up. This last Tuesday, we was on one, but that's only because it was Big SawCast host's birthday. And we had to turn up. We had to get our mind right for his turn up so that he can go into this next year correctly. That's something that we always do. You know, we got to make sure we go into the next year correctly. So, you know, probably my week and his week, we probably won't do the podcast. But other than that, we'll see you every Tuesday at noon. Thank y'all for watching.
SawCast.com.
SawCast.com for the merch.
It's the SawCast.
Bye, y'all.